As I was studying tonight, reading over something I've read before, but of course, with the Word of God, you can read it 2,500 times and something different pops out at you every single time. It may be something that you had already seen and realized, yet you just didn't retain, or it may be something that you just totally popped out different at you that you just never even got the first time or second time or 349th time, whatever. You get it. Uh, Talking about Balaam, the interesting thing about Balaam is he was actually considered a prophet and a sorcerer at the same time. So you think of a sorcerer, that's magician, sorcerer, that's the devil's work. Then you think of prophet, it's obviously God's work. So it's just interesting that obviously he had a mixture of motives. He had a mixture of motives. He always was driven by money. He was driven by money. Well, so Balaam, he Balak, king of Moab, actually sent messengers to call Balaam, basically to go and to bribe him to go and curse Israel, and because he says, I know that blessings fall on any people you bless, and curses fall on people you curse. So I guess that's where the prophet and the sorcerer come into play. Is that his blessings? He blessed people which were actually valid, and he cursed people which were actually valid. So that's interesting. Uh, and the thing is that he was actually going to curse Israel. But the thing is he was riding on a donkey, and he was riding on the donkey. See, he had prayed and prayed, and the whole time he began to follow God in a sense. But then when it came down to it, he lost. He basically just lost sight of everything and just went to go do what he was called to do as far as cursing Israel in the very beginning. So he got to riding, and he's riding on his donkey, and all of a sudden, Balaam's donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand. So it says the donkey bolted off the road into a field, but Balaam beat it and turned it back onto the road. He's there beating his donkey right now. Oh, he's beating his donkey right down the road. Oh my gosh, I don't know whether to delete this or to put it on. So he's beating his donkey right down the road. He's riding down the road and he's oh my gosh. He beat it and turned it back onto the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood at the place where the road between two people. Oh my gosh! Oh. Oh, totally inappropriate. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So basically, he beat his donkey 3 times. Then he finally was able to see the angel of the Lord for himself. The angel of the Lord had a sword sitting there, kept cutting him off. Cut him off 3 times. The donkey kept trying to go the other way, so he's beating this donkey. And he's trying to tell the donkey, no, you're going to go this way. And so then Balaam beat the donkey again. Then the angel of the Lord moved farther down the road and stood in a place too narrow for the donkey to get by at all. This time when the donkey saw the angel, it lay down under Balaam. In a fit of rage, Balaam beat the animal again with the staff. Then the Lord gave the donkey the ability to speak. What have I done to you that deserves you beating me 3 times? It asked Balaam. You have made me look like a fool, Balaam shouted. If I had a sword on me, I would kill you. But I am the same donkey you have ridden all your life, the donkey answered. Have I ever done anything like this before? No, Balaam admitted. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the roadway with a drawn sword in his hand. Balaam bowed his head and fell face down on the ground before him. Why? And then the angel says, why did you beat your donkey those 3 times? The angel of the Lord demanded. Look, I've come to block your way because you're stubbornly resisting me. 3 times the donkey saw me and shied away. Otherwise, I would have certainly have killed you by now and spared your donkey. killed Balaam but spared his donkey. His donkey was his best friend. His donkey was his best friend. You see, his donkey was trying everything he could do to keep him from going towards destruction. But then he kept wanting to, beat up his donkey. He kept on wanting to attack the donkey and force it to go towards destruction when the donkey already knew that, no, there's destruction right there. We're going to die if we keep going there. And donkey's like, I may not die, but you're definitely going to die if you go that way. How many times do we try to manipulate our friends into going with us to destruction? Oh, you got a car, drive us over here, we'll get some dope or whatever. Yeah, cool, and we get there, and then your friend who's driving all of a sudden has a gut feeling, oh, we ain't going that way. So they turn away, and then all of a sudden you see somebody got shot at that house, and, your best friend who you end up wanting to beat up because they didn't want to go do what you wanted to do, but yet your best friend saved you from destruction. Wow, man. Woo, that's some serious stuff, and first of all, mixes together. But the good thing about all this is that because the donkey, obviously saw the angel of the Lord, eventually God allowed Balaam's eyes to be opened up to see what was really going on. That allowed him to got his attention where he's like, all right, well, now I'm going to go be obedient to what God said. He ended up blessing Israel. A lot of times, God, sometimes we're going towards destruction, doing what we want to do. We're going to spread curses all over the place, if you will. But then all of a sudden, God, there's an intervention with God. And God comes down and gets in between us and our mess, where destruction is right up ahead on our horizon, not very far. And all of a sudden, he takes our mess and turns it into ministry. And he turns our mess into a ministry where we're cursing people, disaster, destruction ahead, and we're about to die and go to hell. All of a sudden, he turns our mess into a ministry. We're going around blessing everybody. Golly. Ain't that something? Showing up. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day.